game. Itong PPA Redeemers still have yet to get their first win in our tournament. Meanwhile, NBI, diba, as we take a look at our game at hand, it's the PPA Redeemers going up against the NBI Sharpshooters, just about to tip off shortly. Taking a look at Jojo Hernale, the longest tenured player of this PPA Redeemer squad, led their team in their previous one with 16 points, just shot 5 out of 18 from the field, but was their leader in that matchup. And then we move on to the big man. That's Erwin Duran, the star player of the NBI Sharpshooters, stepping up big in the absence of Paul Reguera in that matchup. They're gonna need a lot more from Erwin Duran in that matchup para sa kanila. Taking a look at the big man from the NBI Sharpshooters, Erwin Duran, 23 points in their previous matchup, 50% from the field. A really, really big ball game para sa kanya. As once again, a good evening to all the basketball fans watching out there. Myself, Aaron D, alongside my partner, Coach Antonio de la Seria. So Coach Anton, good evening to you, and we're down to our final ball game of the day.
Good evening, Aaron, at good evening din sa mga manonood at salamat sa pagtangkilik ng Sinag Liga Asya DOJ Interagency Tournament. Good to be working with you. Last game, Aaron. Looking for a good game tonight.
Indeed, Coach. The pleasure is mine, but hindi lang kaming dalawa ni Coach Anton. Yung nandito, we still have the third member of our panel. That's Miss Daphne Lozano. You're gonna hear a lot more from her later, but for the meantime, let's talk about our social media pages at Facebook and Instagram. Nandiyan po kami at Sinag Liga Asya, as well as on TikTok and YouTube at Sinag Liga TV. Nandiyan naman po kami. Everything you need to know about our beloved SLA is all there as we move it over to the team standings. And Coach Anton, nasan ba yung maglalaban-laban ng mga teams dito sa liga natin?
So you see here, ang DOJ Saviors, they are at 2-2, just in the middle. At ang PPA Redeemers at 0-2, sila ang second to the last team para sa ating liga.
Yeah, just like we mentioned earlier, diba? Itong PPA still have yet to get their opening win. Kaya saktong-sakto naman, our game story is looking for the first as this NBI squad. No, looking for their first back-to-back win. Ito naman PPA, diba? First win of the tournament.
So tama, 0-2 for the PPA Redeemers. Looking to get that elusive first win. Ito naman NBI Sharpshooters wanting to get that winning streak going at 2 games.
Yup, some big games for both of these teams. The Redeemers, diba? Really needing a victory to turn their tournament around. But coming up shortly, it's the PPA Redeemers going up against the NBI Sharpshooters. So let's give it over to our game announcer, Mr. Ram Valid, for the announcement of the starting lineup.
Good evening once again, basketball fans, and we're coming to you live inside the PACO Arena, the city of Manila. Welcome to SLA DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretary Squad, presented to you by Sinag Liga Asya and the Department of Justice, co-presented by Okada Manila and Hotel 101 Global. We're also live at Sinag Liga Asya official FB page and YouTube channel at Sinag Liga TV, and our broadcast partners, Blast TV, Top Sports, Fiber TV, and Cable Link, powered by SLA Sports Production and Converge. Our last game for tonight, it's a battle between your PPA Redeemers and your NBI Sharpshooters. And now let's meet the starting lineups of the protagonists. First for your PPA Redeemers. Starting at guard, number 6, Joseph Hernaller. The other guard, number 31, Jonathan Lillier. At forward, number 29, Mike Arriba. The other forward, number 10, Serge Virion. And center number 26, Javi Pavelina. Head coach for PPA Redeemers is Freddy Aquino, assisted by Pacifico Edwin Hernale Jr. And now let's meet the starters for your NBI Sharpshooters. Starting at forward number 22, Erwin Duran. The other forward number 25, Joel Tacuban. At center number 4, Noli Mozeros. At guard number 0, Jeff Benito. And the other guard number 1, Lou Apar. NBI Sharpshooters is led by Coach Raymond Valenzuela, assisted by Randy Boy Lobo. Game officials are John Liziguez, Cedric Balyan, and Elgar Escaros. This is your SLA deal.
And let's take a look at the starters. PPA, they go with Hernale, Lilio, Birion, Aribal, and Pabilina. Meanwhile, NBI, they've got Benito, Abad, Museros, Duran, and Tacuban. Once again, a good evening to all the basketball fans watching out there. The name is Aaron D, and joining me today for our final game of this Thursday doubleheader, it's Coach Anton De Los Reyes, and joining us on the sidelines, it's Miss Daphne Lozano as our courtside reporter. Coach Anton, let's talk about PPA. Still have yet to get their opening win in our tournament. A tough loss in their previous one against PCGG. Really a tough tournament for them as a whole.
The Redeemers at 0-2, losing to Bucor and losing to PCGG in their last couple of games. We mentioned a 2-game losing streak. That last game was a battle of teams trying to break into the win column. Now they tried a late game comeback. Etong si Hernale was leading that but could not take care of the ball. Yung turnovers talaga was the story of that ball game.
It was a really tough matchup para sa kanila. Just like you mentioned, no, PCGG, they still had 0 wins in that ball game. Pati na rin itong PPA, diba? One of those teams was going to come out with a victory. The other one staying in that losing column, and it was PPA in that matchup. Though Hernale had a good game, diba? Like we mentioned, he's the longest tenured player of the Redeemers. It wasn't enough. He needed a lot more help from the other players.
Talking about Joey Hernale, scored 16 points, grabbed 8 rebounds. He was helped by 2 other players in double figures. Si John Lilo with 15 points and Michael Victor Arial with 15 points and 12 rebounds as well. Pero yung malaking factor talaga dyan is yung field goal percentage. Joey Hernale, although he scored 16 points, his field goals was only 5 for 18 at 28%, habang si John Lilo naman 7 out of 18 for 39%. Si Arial had a very efficient shooting night with 83% field goals.
Yep, and a really good game for the big man. Itong si Aribal, the center of the PPA Redeemers. But we take it over to the other side with the NBI Sharpshooters. 2-2, they're at 500. Had a win in their previous one against LRA. Just came out with that victory. 4 points, Coach Anton, against Fontiveros and itong si Arias. They got the job done, and one story there was no Paul Reguera.
No Paul Reguera in that game. As you mentioned, they won against LRA 84-80. They lost Paul Reguera dun sa game ng Bucor. So Paul Reguera came down with a right ankle sprain, and alam naman natin na pagka mga sprain, medyo matagal-tagal ang pagbalik niyan. That's at least 3 weeks for you to be able to fully recover. But during that game, the final score does not reflect the true nature of the game, as NBI was in full control. No Reguera, no problem. Other players stepped up.
And they didn't even have the best of games from Lou Abad, Coach Anton. But Erwin Duran, when you lose a big man, another one steps up, and Erwin Duran was the man of that game.
Stepping up big was Erwin Duran, 23 points, 50% field goals. You mentioned Lou Abad did not have a good shooting night, 14 points, 5 out of 14 field goals. Pero si Joel Tacuban gave 11 points, as well as David Angeles 11 points din. So double-double para sa 4 na players na yan ng NBI Sharpshooters.
Taking a look at that lakas play of the quarter, brought to you by Okada Manila. Erwin Duran right on cue, getting that layup to drop. And this NBI team, they have a lot of weapons. Not just Erwin Duran, not just Lou Abad, but they've got shooters in Raven Tacuban. They've got slashers in Jeff Benito. And taking a look at their bench defenders with Buenaventura. So it's going to be a tough task for this PPA squad to try and come up with a bounce-back victory today, Coach.
You mentioned nga si one of the shooters, si Joel Tacuban, literal, he is a sharpshooter. He's a sniper. Yan ang ating nakalap na balita from Joel Tacuban. So, outside the basketball court, sniper. Pati sa loob ng basketball court, three-point shooter naman.
And hitting 3 3-pointers was Raven Tacuban. In that previous matchup, they hit a total of 9 3-pointers. It wasn't the best of efficiency in that ball game, but still nonetheless with Lou Abad hitting 3 3-pointers and even De Leon with 2. But they get that board, the Redeemers, and it's Joey Hernale with that ball. Give it up, Aribal, the big boy, bulldozing to the cup, and that's an offensive foul.
Forcing the issue in that particular situation. That's number 29 para dito sa PPA. Victor Aribal.
Jonathan Lilio entering the ball game also had a pretty good ball game with 15 points in that matchup. They're going to need a lot of guard play from the number 31 Lilio. Hernale sizing up Raven. Give it up, Lilio. Ibanez underneath Aribal, rejected by Lou Abad.
To look at there, Lou Abad, one of the guards para dito sa NBI, actually plays guard, gets that block.
Not exactly the calling card of Lou Abad. Inside, Lilio. Give it up. Back inside, Aribal with the push shot.
This time, Aribal will not be denied.
But Tacuban cherry picking on the other side, and they find him with Benito dishing that.
Did not need to go down on defense. Cherry picking like what you mentioned, Tacuban, recipient of that outlet pass.
Big boy 3, Aribal, no good. They fight for it. Ibanez, the fake, the shot, and that's a travel.
No doubt he was bothered by Erwin Duran inside. Tough task for you to be able to score against Erwin Duran. Stands about, what, 6'2", 6'3", maybe even taller.
Erwin Duran, one of the most lethal parts of his game, that mid-range shot. Can't get it, but Lilio trying to chase for that ball. The fast fake, the shot. Over the giant in Erwin Duran, no problem for Lilio.
Over 2 defenders ng sharpshooters. Lilio getting that baseline jumper to go.
Museros with the finish inside.
Some quick offense being displayed here ng NBI sharpshooters. Habang itong PPA Redeemers naman very deliberate ang kanilang basketball.
Hernale floating in the air. Benito grabs it. Here he comes. Watch him switch gears. Bumping Lilio, giving it up. Duran off the glass for 2.
Nice pass by Benito. He may have gotten dislodged nung offensive set na yon, pero si Erwin Duran cutting to the basket and being rewarded by Benito.
Aribal lobs it inside. That's blocked by Sweet Lou. Another one for the guard.
That's the second block of Lou Abad.
As a timeout gonna be called by the PPA Redeemers. We take a look at this one more time. The lakas assist of the quarter. Brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. That's a dime to Erwin Duran, finishing off the glass. The score, 9-4 in favor of the NBI Sharpshooters. And let's check this out. The previous matchup of NBI winning over the Titulados, just like we mentioned, they held on till the end, Coach Anton.
Again, it was a game, no, hindi yan yung final score. Hindi mo nakikita yan. It doesn't tell the true complexion of the ball game. 29% para sa NBI, 12% para sa LRA, 15 to 22 ang turnovers, 22 to 15 ang points from turnovers, 15 steals for NBI, 7 for LRA, 6 blocks for NBI, 0 naman para sa LRA.
That was a tough one for the Titulados going up against the NBI Sharpshooters, even with their two top players really playing to their best. They couldn't get the job done, but Lilio rejected by Duran. They're pushing it. Sweet Lou gets it. Give it up. Benito. Bounce it. Duran. Finger roll. No good.
So Erwin Duran. Height is might para sa kanya in this ball game. Again, in our first game, nung nakita natin yung unselfishness ng defenders, ito naman, pinapakita ng sharpshooters yung kanilang unselfishness at team basketball.
And speaking of the NBI Sharpshooters, Miss Daphne Lozano has got some info on the head coach, Raymond Valenzuela. Go ahead, Daphne.
The NBI Sharpshooters are missing two of their big guys today, which are Paul Reguera and Philip Putel. Philip Putel is suspended from last game's disqualifying foul, while Paul Reguera is close to recovering from his injury. Gusto ni Coach Raymond Valenzuela na fully recovered na si Paul when he comes back in time for their match against one of the teams to watch out for now, which are the PAO defenders. Coming back to their objective for tonight, Coach Raymond reminded his boys during their huddle, and I quote, "Wag na wag kayong magpabaya hanggat hindi pa ubos ang oras, go hard lang tayo." Aaron and Coach Anton.
Yep, you can never get complacent in this DOJ tournament, this PPA Redeemer squad. They've got some ballers on their team, no? They're just, really, they couldn't pull it off in their previous one, but NBI, they really need to put their foot on the gas pedal in this ball game.
Well, they have to not look back, no? Kailangan tuloy-tuloy yan, no let up. Kasi mahirap nga naman pag mabigyan mo ng pag-asa ang isang team.
Concepcion off that pass from Ibanez.
Second chance opportunities para dito sa Redeemers, paying dividends for them.
Razon calling that play. Benito, give it, corner. Back to Jeff. The push shot, it's a swish.
Nice shot by Benito. Unselfishness being shown. Kita naman natin, no? Pagka-recover dun sa corner, biglang pasa kay Benito.
Razon, coast to coast for the finish.
The defense naman itong sharpshooters. Look at that full court press, forcing that turnover and the 2 points.
Razon hounding Ibanez. Hernale, Aribals on the other side. He just pulls up and swishes it home.
Pop and pop. Joey Hernale getting that mid-range jumper to fall.
A true veteran's bucket from Joey Hernale. Benito using that Duran pick. Cross court, Razon. Driving down. Give it up. Gotisan losing that leather.
I want to see more touches for Erwin Duran in this ball game. They have to be able to take advantage of his height inside.
As Erwin Duran exits, Curie enters the game for the first time, as well as Buenaventura. Double team on Lilio. Ibanez receives. Aribal drives. Tough shot, no good. That's a board by Buenaventura. Here come the sharpshooters. That's a 4-on-1, 5-on-1. Curie can't finish, but Buenaventura one more time. Third chance, still no good for the sharpshooters.
Hindi third time's the charm para dun sa sharpshooters.
Hernale hounded by Razon. Good defense from the number 17.
Lots of contact para dun kay Hernale against Razon, but no whistle from our officials. Losing the ball to the sideline.
14-8 is the score. Less than a minute remaining here in the opening period. Caceres back to the top. Buenaventura, three-point try. No good, but Curie offensive board once again.
So Still waiting to get his first field goal in the ball game is Curie. 0 for 2. Let's see if he's going to get his first point here at the 15-foot stripe. Now earlier, no, nagtataka nga, tinanong mo, Aaron, no, Curie. Tatawagin mo ba dapat Curry?
Nakala ko nung una, Coach Anton, Curry talaga. No?
Oo eh.
But missing those 2 free throws is Curie. Balik Buenaventura. Ops to drive it. It's a steal. Lilio. No numbers in their favor. Goes to the left. Back inside. Last shot time for them, but that's a block by Curie. And it goes the way of the sharpshooters.
If you see here, no, etong sharpshooters matching up in terms of size dito sa PPA Redeemers.
Last shot for the sharpshooters. It's Razon against Hernale. Buenaventura's all alone. Target shooting. No good. Caceres. A second left. He's got to go quickly. And he beats the buzzer. Caceres right in the nick of time. Putting the lead up to 8 points. The score 16-8 in favor of the NBI sharpshooters. Looking to go back-to-back in this tournament for the first time. As Caceres finishing that shot, we take a look at it one more time. Floating it up high and finishing that shot. Caceres beating the buzzer one more time. And that was a close one, but it counts. Caceres extending that lead, putting his team up 16-8 at the end of our first period.
Merong height, experience at age mismatch, pero lalaban pa rin kami. Ayan ang sinabi sa akin kanina ni Coach Freddy nung kinamusta ko ang team niya. They are well aware of the sharpshooters' capabilities, kaya hustle defense daw talaga ang paiiralin nila. At bago pa man matapos kwentuhan namin ni Coach, sinabi niya na bilog naman ang bola. Marami pang pwedeng mangyari sa larong to, basta't mag-step up lang ang team namin at alisin ang intimidation sa kalaban. Aaron and Coach Anton.
Thanks for that, Daphne. Ito nga si Coach Freddy Aquino and the PPA Redeemers trying to come up with a big upset in today's ball game against the NBI Sharpshooters. Though they may be missing Paul Reguera, they're still a lethal team in this tournament.
Kita mo nga naman yung sabi ni Head Coach Freddy Aquino na hindi lang gin ang bilog, pati ang bola ay bilog. So anything can happen in this ball game.
As we take a look at the field goals from that first quarter, Coach Anton.
4 out of 22 para dito sa Redeemers. That's 18%. 6 out of 18, 33%. Hindi naman masyado nagkakalayo para sa sharpshooters.
So medyo mababa pa ngayon, Coach Anton. No? Pero this time, the sharpshooters up by 8 points. Full court press. They move it, the Redeemers. Almost a steal. And you could really see, Coach Anton, they're turning up the pressure in the second period.
They're turning up the PSI, as one of our colleagues would like to call it, si Coach Daryl Alulod. Shout out to you. He calls it turning up the PSI, you know, yung pressure. I can't take credit for something that, you know, I did not come up with. So we gotta give a shout out to Coach Daryl Alulod.
As we take a look at this lakas block of the quarter, brought to you by 0107 Management Group Incorporated. Aribal gets that swatted. But a basket for the Redeemers. Buenaventura out, Razon, lefty three-pointer. They give it up, Caceres. Drives it, takes it. Razon gets it back, the two-pointer. No good, Voluntad with the board. And Hernales slows it down.
So this seems to be the strategy of the Redeemers to slow the tempo, slow the pace of the ball game.
Inside, Voluntad can't get it. Baseball pass, can Caceres receive it? Aribal steals it. Down the court, Hernale all alone for the two-pointer.
Piso for Joey Hernale getting that jumper to fall.
And the veterans stepping up big in this ball game, cutting the lead down to 4 points, but Caceres lines it up and hits nothing.
So still waiting for the outside shooting of the sharpshooters to hit their mark.
Check this out, the lakas shot of the quarter brought to you by Okada Manila. The longest tenured player of the Redeemers, Joey Hernale, getting that shot to drop. Balagot, kick it, Aribal. They're just giving it to those two. Someone's got to take it, Aribal does.
So back-to-back airmails from both teams. Again, the outside shooting not clicking for both teams. When I say outside, that's the three-point shooting not clicking for both of the teams as of yet.
De La Rosa, set shot. Still no good. Curie this time. Still can't finish. Inside, another chance at it. Wala pa rin. Buenaventura, kick. Razon, float. No good. That's that fifth try. Another one. Still no good. 6 chances. Make it 7. Gotisan finally finishing.
Wow.
Balagot rejected by Curry. Here
And a save by Curie as well. Blocking that shot, sticking with it, keeping it alive.
Coach Anton, if you were Coach Freddy Aquino, how would you feel? 7 attempts.
I will emphasize him boxing out, but we'll get back to that.
As we take a look at this last shot, the lakas grab of the quarter brought to you by Fully Tech Innovative Advertising. That's Gotisan with the finish after 7 big tries for the sharpshooters as they call a timeout. The score, 18-12. It's a 6-point lead.
J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
And we check out that previous ball game of PPA, almost getting their opening victory in our tournament, but they lost to PCGG 57-72.
And there you have it. Turnover woes killed their hopes. The Redeemers had 29 turnovers during that matchup against PCGG, which led to yung pagkatalo nila sa larong iyon.
And that was a tough one for them, still in the losing column in this ball game, looking to redeem themselves today against the sharpshooters. But Coach Anton, the Redeemers having a trouble converting on their field goals, but they're only down 8 points.
Oh, on the other end, ng NBI din naman not shooting that high of a clip kasi when you look at the players on the floor, you don't have Sweet Lou Abad, you don't have Erwin Duran, who are the reliable scorers para dito sa sharpshooters, nagpapahinga o nagpapahinog para sa second half push nila.
Coach Freddy Aquino and his boys need to take advantage of this time when the stars are out. Voluntad, almost a steal by Razon. That's a triple team on him. Castillo travels.
Castillo hesitating on that pass inside. Again, we always mention this, we always say this, na you cannot hesitate once you're inside the basketball court. Kailangan buo yung loob mo kung ano ang balak mong gawin.
And they lob it up. Gotisan with the finish.
So the advantage really lies inside. So what NBI is going to do is they're going to push the pace and get that ball inside.
As an 8-second call on Joey Hernale, you could see that the guards of this NBI squad are just pressuring him in the backcourt.
Well, that's a very good strategy, very good tactic, as we can see. Yun nga, very slow and very deliberate ang ginagawang strategy at offense nitong PPA. And they want to get more possessions. No? You force those turnovers. Gaya nga ng sinabi natin, turnover woes. 29 turnovers, 39 points off of those 29 turnovers.
Curie looking like Curry on that shot, swishing it from the corner.
So finally, after going 0 for 4, finally on his 5th attempt, Curie gets his first points.
Hernale, that's his spot. Can't get it. Razon's running. De La Rosa finally finds him. Give it back. Buenaventura, target shooting. Still can't get the 3. Handoff, Curie inside.
So 5 points now para dito kay Curie. Nag-iinit na.
But Lilio can't finish it. De La Rosa gets it. Gives it. Buenaventura. Dump down, Curie. That's 7 points in a row for the number 15, Curie. Going on a run of his own as Coach Freddy Aquino needs to talk it over with the Redeemers. Taking a look at it one more time. The handoff, Curie. The finish, that's one of his buckets. As we take a look at this, Buenaventura, another one. Curie finishing. This time it's a swish without the bank. Heating up is Curie. 29-12 is the score. 4 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the second period. Let's check out Erwin Duran in their previous matchup against the Titulados. 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals.
Not only did he score a bunch of points, grab a bunch of rebounds, but he also played efficiently, 50% from the field, as we had mentioned at the top of our broadcast.
But Erwin Duran really doesn't force those shots, just takes what he gets. But this time, the Redeemers, an unforced error. And Coach Anton, after that quick solo run by Curie, look at the lead. It's now 29-12 in just a span of a few minutes.
Well, it's really difficult, no? Yung player na mag-iinit na ganon like Jamil Curie. 7 straight buckets, started with a big 3 and then 2 two-point field goals.
Diokino blitzing to the rim, he can't get it. Balik dito, Nunez. Kick it, Curie. That's a heat check. Can't get it. 13 on the shot clock. Nunez thinks about it. They give it. Pulan. No good. Another chance for the sharpshooters, and De La Rosa just taking it out. Balik dito, Pulan, tough one. Curie, another chance. Fourth serving, it's good.
4th time's the charm para dito sa sharpshooters as Curie gets that to go underneath. They gotta box out. Talking about the PPA Redeemers.
And the defense by Diokino just hounding Aribal, forcing that offensive foul. Take a look at this one more time, Coach Anton.
You see there, Aribal extending yung kanyang off arm right in front of our referees at that. No-brainer para sa ating officials.
31-12 is the score. PPA Redeemers down big time in the second period. Curdy gives it. Nunez finishes it.
Nice find inside by Curie to Nunez.
Hernale, look at that defense of Diokino. But this time he gets fouled.
De La Rosa will be called for that foul. Quickly acknowledging it and apologizing as well to Joey Hernale.
You can already tell, Coach Anton, Hernales, his body's gonna be sore after this game with all that pressure. And just like that, look, he gets hit on the face, goes down. As Hernale inadvertently getting hit on the face. Signaling to his bench, no?
Yeah, he's okay, but he's holding on to his forehead. Wasn't really able to see what happened or what transpired because it was the far end of the court.
6 seconds.
Lilio, he's got it. 5 seconds left. Kick it. Baseline J. No good. De La Rosa with the board. Push it. Pulan. Give it. Nunez. The fake, the shot, the foul.
Nice outlet pass by Pulan to Nunez. Nice up fake by Nunez to get the defender up in the air and get that foul to get a chance to get the 2 from the free throw line. And you want to see yung mga ganyang smart plays, no? Smart moves. Minsan it's not always go, go, go. You gotta be smart. You gotta be able to use your wits.
Coach Anton, we still haven't seen a lot of Luabad, Erwin Duran, and even Joel Tacuban in this ball game in the second quarter.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't be surprised if we don't see them at all. Kasi napakalaki na nitong lamang na to. Eh, wala pa sila. So, imagine mo lang kung makalaro pa sila ngayon.
Earlier, Coach Anton, in our opening game, talking about that rest from the PAO defenders. Some important rest given to the star players of the sharpshooters as Pulan taking it all the way. Lilio showing us the ball handling, 3-on-1. Hand it off, Aribal. Oh, a case of overpassing on that play.
Aribal already had that shot, wanted to drop it off to Concepcion. Bad decision making on the side of the Redeemers.
Lilio can't get the 3. Pulan boards it and gives it to Voluntad, but Curie intercepts it.
Pass was a bit too weak. We always say this, no, when you're going to give an outlet pass, make sure it's ahead and let the player chase after it instead.
Nunez with a steal and the bump. 2 players going down. But it's going to be a foul. That's only
Lots of body contact, lots of banging.
Nunez, give it. Curry outside. Balik kay Diokino. Bounce it. They get it. They've got 12 seconds on the shot clock. De La Rosa thinks about it. Tees it up. Curry, another board. Nunez, catch, shoot. One more time, Curry. Still can't get it. Oh, my goodness, itong si Curry, no? Really just all around right now. Just present.
Offensive rebounding, very active in today's ball game. Remember, he has 7 points already. I'm curious to see how many rebounds he has as well.
Curie being given a well-deserved breather after that effort he just showed. Pasok dito si Caceres.
De La Rosa, good on the first, extending this lead.
De La Rosa, second attempt, it's pure. 36-12 is the score. Lilio gets his pocket pick from Caceres. This time he takes it all the way. Diokino, another one. Still can't get it.
Back irons that shot, Diokino. Well, when you get it that close inside, sometimes it would be wise to use the board para medyo ma-sure. Pero hindi mo rin naman kasi masisisi minsan ng mga players kasi mas madali nga naman yung isubo instead of using the board because you're going to exert more effort. So it's a case of i-boarding ko ba na ma-sure or isusubo ko na lang na less effort, di ganun ka nakakapagod.
Alam mo, Coach Anton, kaya ako mas prefer ko pang tumira na lang ng 3 points kaysa mag-layup eh, pag ganun.
So, pagka na-rebound mo, tatakbo ka sa labas.
Mas mabuti pa, feel ko, mas mataas pa percentage ko kaysa malapitan eh.
Seryoso, ha? Ayos, ha? Well, I guess that is the evolution of basketball nowadays. The three-point shooting is a lot more prevalent sa mga teams, not only here in the Philippines but also overseas.
Caceres finding the Yokino, but they still can't finish it. Concepcion boards it, and it's the last shot. If the Redeemers hold it, Dilio against three, kick it, Voluntad. Nunez, but Caceres is there running. Oh, but he can't catch it. Both of these teams, Coach Anton, with numerous errors of their own.
But again, you want to see itong NBI. They want to push the pace. They want to create those turnovers.
But Aribal, full head of steam, down the lane for 2+1.
Taking it strong to the bucket is Aribal. This time he will not be denied.
The lakas move of the quarter brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. That's Aribal. Full head of steam down the lane and completes the three-point play. They've got 5.4 seconds remaining. Nunez pushing it up quickly. Caceres takes the three. And that marks the end of our first half. The score, 36-15. It's a 21-point lead for the NBI Sharpshooters. The PPA Redeemers still having trouble finding their mark in this first half. Can they turn it around in that second half? We'll find out more. But for the meantime, we give it over to Miss Daphne Lozano for the first half leading scorer interview. Go ahead, Daphne.
Good evening, mga kasinag. I am now beside our leading scorer so far in this ball game from the NBI Sharpshooters, Sir Jamil Curie, with 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Sir, grabe po yung performance na binigay nyo, especially during the first half. And you are considered to be one of the rising players to watch out for in your team. So, sir, can you give us a run-through of your pre-game routine to give us that amazing performance?
Actually, ma'am, wala naman akong pre-game routine na ginagawa. Pero what I make sure is that I hydrate properly and make sure na kumakain ako ng at least mga carbohydrate foods like pasta or rice para may mas more energy ako during the game and magampanan ko ano yung role ko as a player in the NBI Sharpshooter na team. Yun lang.
Thank you so much, sir. Kaya mga kasinag, make sure to take note. But now I'm turning it over to Aaron, Coach Anton, as they wrap up the first half.
And thanks for that, Daphne. You heard it right there from Curie, the player from the NBI Sharpshooters. 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Had a 7-0 run on his own, Coach Anton.
I was going to say, he went on a 7-0 run. Napa-timeout pa nga doon itong PPA Redeemers because of that mini run of Jamil Curie.
And Curie leading his team in this first half. The score, 36-15. We'll be back after this short break for the start of the second half.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
Sabi nga niya, back-to-back hits now for him. Kailangan niya na marami pang ganyan. Kung may kita dahil sa ingay dito, hindi ba sila magaling dito eh. Oh, One more or no more. Kapit na mga kasinag.
Sobrang bilis ba? Yan ang bilis ng FiberX. Yan ang internet.
Itong Shaw against Coach Pacho has only 14.5 seconds before they can claim the throne and literally call themselves kings of the D2 tournament.
What a ball game. What a series of events that we saw here, that we've witnessed in this historical D2 Super Cup Invitational Tournament.
Itong ating season's MVP, Magdaleno Tayo! Don't wait for him na hindi makabawi. Sino ba ang talagang maghahari sa kauna-unahang Delta Cup 2024?
So depensa ang naging susi dito para makuha nitong lupaw. Ang panalo na mo is ang championship. Seconds away for Pampanga Delta to seal the deal and once again deliver another championship.
The Sinag Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Philippines champion, your Pampanga Delta.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
One more or no more. Kapit na mga kasinag.
Sobrang bilis ba? Yan ang bilis ng FiberX. Yan ang internet.
Itong show against Coach Pacho has only 14.5 seconds before they can claim the throne and literally call themselves kings of the D2 tournament.
What a ball game. What a series of events that we saw here, that we've witnessed in this historical D2 Super Cup Invitational Tournament.
Good evening mga kasinag. You're still tuned in to SLA DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretary's Cup match between the NBI Sharpshooters versus the PPA Redeemers with the score 36-15. And before we proceed to the second half, I am beside two important guests from our audience today, which are Sir Jerty Pagkanlungan and Sir Joseph Tacuban. But first, on my left side is Sir Jerty Pagkanlungan, a statistician too from PPA. Sir, thank you so much din po for joining me here in the half. So ayun sir, matanong ko lang po, have you been watching the interagency tournament lately?
Yes, I've been watching it live and it's our third game now. At present naman ako sa lahat ng mga games ng PPA actually.
And sir, so far, what can you say so far sa nilalaro ng both teams? Lalo na yung laro natin ngayon ay way different than the numbers that you are faced with every day.
Yes, ang masasabi ko sa game ngayon, very intense ang laban ngayon and every number tells a story actually.
Yun sir, and meron pa po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa mga nanonood ngayon?
First of all, binabati ko yung head of our agency, Attorney Bienvenido Benitez Jr., ang head ng PPA NCR, si Ma'am Lucy Nanette Rojas, sa lahat ng mga nanonood, si Ate Jubay, Ate Ces, Bray, hello sa inyong lahat. Thank you, yes.
Thank you so much, sir. And now, on my right side is Sir Joseph Tacuban, the brother of our OIC, Joel Tacuban. Sir, thank you so much also po for gracing your time here in the half. So yun, sir, alam naman po natin that the sharpshooters have been performing well in the first half. Pero ano pa po kaya ang gusto nyong makita sa kanila in the coming half?
As well, maintain lang yung laro nila, tsaka yung role ng mga player. Good naman po, teamwork lang. Ganun lang po.
Sir, meron din po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa mga nanonood ngayon?
Binabati ko nga pala yung asawa ko, si Lindsay De La Rosa, si Mary Ann Tacuban, tsaka si mga batang Sampaloc, especially mga team NBI, si Coach Raymond, tsaka si Coach Lobo.
Thank you so much, sir. That is all for our halftime interview, and now I'm turning it over to Aaron and Coach Anton as we resume our ball game.
Thanks for that, Daphne. The score, 36-15. The NBI Sharpshooters up big at the end of that first half. And taking a look at both of these teams, Erwin Duran, of course, the Hotel 101 global highlights. We talked about it, diba? PPA still has yet to get a W. Meanwhile, itong NBI looking for their first back-to-back win in this tournament. A big game para sa kanila, but NBI looking like the better team today, Coach Anton.
They are up big, like what you mentioned, looking to get those back-to-back wins for the first time, habang ang PPA looking to get their first win sa ating tournament. So far, things aren't looking that good para dito sa PPA, but gaya nga ng sabi ng head coach, bilog ang bola.
As we check out the halftime stats, Coach Anton,
20% field goal percentage para sa PPA, 31 para sa NBI, 24 rebounds for PPA, 38 para sa NBI, 4 to 13 assists. Yan ang disparity. 6 blocks for NBI, habang isa naman para sa PPA.
kalapit lang dito ang field goal percentage, but we take a look at the leading scorers in that first half. Take us through, Coach.
So Parole and Probation Administration, Aribal with 5, Hernale with 4, Concepcion, Lilio with 2 apiece. Habang sa NBI, Curie with 11, Duran with 5, Gotisan with 4, and Museros with 3.
And Luabad back in the ball game, as well as Tacuban and Erwin Duran. Once again, a good evening to all the basketball fans watching out there. This is our second half of our final game on this Thursday. Doubleheader, myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Anton De Los Reyes. And Daphne Lozano as our courtside reporter. And Coach Anton, the big guns finally back in the ball game for the NBI Sharpshooters.
Yes, nandun na si Erwin Duran and Lou Abad.
As Jeff Benito switching gears, going 0 to 100 and finishing in transition.
So again, the pace, ito ang gusto ng NBI. They want to speed up the pace. Habang ang PPA naman, very deliberate in their offense.
As Lilio, one of the main ball handlers of the Redeemers, give it up. Corner Dre, still can't get it.
Too strong on that 3 by that's number 8, Balagot.
Abad kick, Tacuban corner. Give it back, Sweet Lou, three-pointer, it's good.
Nothing but nylon. Nice passing by the sharpshooters, Lou Abad. They don't call him Sweet Lou Abad for nothing, because he is a sweet shooting guard for the sharpshooters.
Lilio, right wing Trey. Sweet Lou fights for it. They bounce it. Hernale, that's his spot. Can't get it. Offensive board to the putback. It's in. That's Balagot.
Balagot getting that putback to go. He missed that three-pointer earlier, pero making up for it with that short stab inside.
Benito kick. Raven Tacuban 3. In and out. Here comes Hernale leading the break against Duran, and he pulls it back. Balagot's open on that left wing if he can see it. But no, it's a steal by Raven. Tacuban in a drag race with Lilio, and he wins that one.
A three-pointer may not have fallen for Raven Tacuban, pero yung fast break naman, nagkiklik para dito sa sharpshooters. Raven Tacuban getting that 2 to go.
43 to 17 as Balagot once again still can't hit it. 0 out of 2. In the second half, Benito give it up. Tacuban doesn't want the heat check. Instead, it's Sweet Lou. Can't get it. Aribal forward to no one.
Sweet Lou tracking that ball down. Gives that forward pass.
Duran inside. Just too big, too strong.
Erwin Duran now 7 points in the ball game. Getting his own miss and put back for 2 points.
Balagot throwing it up. Lilio offensive board. Museros grabs it. Once again, another pass that you just don't know who it's going to.
So that pass was behind Raven Tacuban.
Hernale takes it down for the Redeemers. His team down 17 to 45. 6 minutes and 40 remaining here as Hernale.
Nice drive by Joey Hernale. Just couldn't get that pull-up jumper to fall.
Benito kick, Tacuban 3. He's got it.
Finally gets that 3 to go from the right corner by Raven Tacuban. Earlier sa left corner, could not get it to fall, pero sa right corner, nothing but nylon for Raven Tacuban.
Tacuban extending that lead 48-17. Lilio's got it. Takes it down, dumps it. Nice passing from the Redeemers to the Aribal finish.
Nice cut underneath. Short stab by Aribal.
48-19 is the score. Sweet Lou, right wing. Cross court, Tacuban. Doesn't want it. They give it back to him. He gets it. No good.
Trying to go 2 in a row for Raven Tacuban.
Hernale pulls it back. Goes back in. Duran snatches it. One-on-one in transition. You know Sweet Lou's gonna take that. He does. But he can't get it.
Short on that pull-up 3 by Sweet Lou Abad. 1 for 3 now in the quarter sa 3-point area.
Lilio corner tray. Forward pass, Benito. He's against 2. Oh, but that's a block by Lilio. Benito tries to get it back, but that's a turnover.
Not giving up on the play was Lilio. That's what you want to see. Minsan kasi yung mga ganyan, let go na, papabayaan na lang. But Lilio still going for that chase down block of sorts.
And take us through the pace to start off this third quarter, Coach Anton. A lot of three-pointers being hoisted up in transition.
Well, it was from Sweet Lou Abad. Alam naman natin, yan talagang specialty niya. Those 3-point shots. And those shots are there. It's presenting itself. So, might as well, diba?
Inside, Hernale fights for it. They've got 11 to work with. Using the pick from Aribal. The spin inside, the shot. Oh, can't get that shot to drop. Pero balik dito. Still no good. Museros boards it.
With 5 minutes and 30 seconds gone by, 4 points pa lang ang PPA Redeemers. And earlier on, na-mention sa atin na nung second quarter, only 4 points was scored by the Redeemers.
That's a tough one for them. Really struggling to find their shot in this game, Coach Anton.
So credit yung defense nitong sharpshooters. At the same time, ito ring Redeemers, medyo inaalat.
Caceres can't get it, and Curie once again on the third try.
Curie continuing and picking up where he left off. Rebounding and getting those putbacks.
Lilio just evading the defense. But that's gonna go the other way.
Substitution.
Curie now with 6 rebounds.
Check this out, the lakas grab of the quarter brought to you by Fullytech, innovative advertising. Curie with the finish inside.
Interesting here is si Curie, yung 6 rebounds niya, lahat yun offensive rebounds.
Not a surprising stat. I'm more surprised na it's only 6, Coach Anton. Hernale tap from behind. Lilio fights for it. Caceres saves it and he gets fouled.
Lilio again not giving up on defense, trying to get a hand on that ball, trying to get it back for his team.
Balik dito kay Razon. They've got 3 minutes remaining here in the third period. Their team up by 30 points. Buenaventura lines it up and knocks it down.
Buenaventura getting that wide open 3-pointer to go. They need to rotate on that wing. Talking about the Redeemers.
And Coach Anton, it's not just a credit to the defense of the sharpshooters, but right now on the offensive end, they're getting anything they want. Offensive rebounds, open 3-pointers, layups, you name it, they've got it.
So offense and defense clicking para sa sharpshooters, Aaron.
Razon pushing it. Going with the strong hand to the cup. Lilio tries the pass. Just look at that fight in the little man, Lilio, number 31 from the Redeemers.
He tried to give an outlet pass prior to that foul, but Curie blocked it until he was fouled by Gutisan.
Outside, Hernale floats it up and in.
6 points now for the quarter.
The
At
score,
2 more points than their output nung second quarter.
Razon. Open shot, no good. Buenaventura, another one. Still can't get it.
You see, no, yung offensive rebounds nandyan pa rin para dito sa NBI Sharpshooters.
Outside, Lilio. He's got it.
Wide open three-pointer for Lilio. Great pass by Joey Hernale, locating his teammate at the left wing.
Curie once again. Another offensive board.
Well, that's going to be the 7th offensive rebound. 7th rebound, 7th offensive rebound para kay Jamil Curie.
Coach Anton, one thing I've noticed about itong si Curie, no, usually doesn't finish on the first shot. Gusto niya third or fourth or kanina 7th serving.
Parang may gusto ko yatang sabihin kay Jamil Curie.
As Pabelina getting that two-pointer to drop. Curie can't get that shot. Pushing it in transition, Lilio. Hand it off, Hernale. He's gonna pull it out. They've got no numbers in their favor. 13 on the shot clock. Joey going to the cup, but it's gonna stay with the white shirts.
Trying to get inside, Joey Hernale. Pero natapikan siya ng bola doon. But the ball will stay with the Redeemers.
Lilio, catch, shoot. Hits the side of the backboard. Razon running. Sabater, he can't catch him. Say goodbye, says Razon.
Too fast for Sabater to catch up the streaking Razon in transition.
Oh, and that's a seal. Caceres, the anticipation to the finish. Oh, but he gets the second serving. Stat padding from Caceres.
Yun ang gusto mong sabihin kanina. I don't think that's a case of stat padding. I think it's just, you know, the shots aren't falling, so they're getting that rebound.
Curie trying to get that last second shot off. But it doesn't matter as his team is up big. 57-26. It's a 31-point lead, and Coach Anton, the onslaught continues for the Sharpshooters in this quarter.
So they're Lou Abad getting that 3 to fall. Raven Tacuban getting into the action. Samantalang si Hernale to Aribal. That all too familiar connection. There, another 3 para sa Sharpshooters. Buenaventura with that last one.
As the score, 57-26, the NBI Sharpshooters up by 31 points to end the third quarter. We'd like to thank Okada Manila. Maraming salamat po sa Okada Manila, one of our main sponsors here at Sinag Liga Asya. As we start off this fourth and final quarter of this Thursday doubleheader, this is our last ball game of the day. Myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Antonio De Los Reyes and Miss Daphne Lozano, bringing you the action for today as the NBI Sharpshooters looking to get their first back-to-back W in this tournament. Meanwhile, PPA, if they continue this, they're going to be staying in that losing column.
Oh, tama ka dyan. 2-2 for the Sharpshooters. 0-2 para naman dito sa PPA. Looking for their first. Yan ang ating storyline for today's ball game. But so far, the Sharpshooters looking sharp in today's ball game.
And a key factor there is no Paul Reguera. The starters playing limited minutes. It's been the bench doing the damage in this game, Coach Anton.
Ito yung mga shock troopers, kumbaga. Yan ang tinatawag ni Coach Raymond Valenzuela.
Diokino takes one dribble in and gets the high arcing shot to drop.
One dribble pull-up. What a thing of beauty. I like doing that. No? Yan yung mga gusto nating laruan eh. No, Aaron.
Para sa akin kasi, Coach, why take the extra dribble when you could just take it from outside?
Eh, paano kung may nagcha-challenge? Oh. That one dribble pull-up is gonna come in handy. You have to have that in your bag.
Maybe, no, it's time to start practicing para maging parang Coach Anton de los Reyes na yung laro ko.
Wala.
Aribal. He forces that shot up and he gets tapped on the arm by Nunez.
May pasabit si Aribal kay Froilan Nunez. Ginawang jeep eh. Sumabit.
And itong si Aribal, one of the main big men, if not their only big man.
He was a key contributor nung game na yun. No? 15 points, 12 rebounds. And we mentioned this at the top of our broadcast, 83% field goals. It doesn't get any better. Well, it does, but you know, that's a pretty efficient ball game.
Aribal always having his hands full as being one of the lonesome big men of the Redeemers, having to guard players like Erwin Duran, like Curie. But they get it out. Diokino. De La Rosa inside. Pulan. The dribble, the kick. Nunez. Aribal boards it. Hounded by Pulan. Outside, Hernale. Driving to the left. That's blocked by Curry. Hernale gets it back. No good. Kiyuri is in the open court. He finishes this time with the first shot.
Nice leak out by Curie. Siya yung nakapalpal, and normally your momentum will bring you down court, at yun na nga ang nangyari.
They're hounding the Redeemers on that play, and they force a traveling violation. Credit to De La Rosa and Nunez.
Alvin Castillo getting called for that traveling violation. Pagka ikay nalaglag or napaupo, hindi ka na pwedeng tumayo. You gotta stay on the floor, keep both feet on the floor to be able to get that pass off para hindi ka matawagan ng traveling violation.
Pulan isolating on the post. You can see they're leaving De La Rosa all alone, but he can't make them pay. Pulan, another board. Can't get it. Another chance at it for the Sharpshooters, but that's going to be a turnover.
So the offensive rebounds nandyan para sa Sharpshooters. Nga lang, nung third try, nawala yung bola.
Hernale hesitate. Pull it out. 14 seconds left. Hernale can't get that shot to drop. Diokino pushing it in transition. They find Gutisan and he just throws it up and in.
Kontra-tempo yung layup na yon ni Gutisan.
Back down the floor. De La Rosa.
So De La Rosa could not get his three-point shots to fall. This time elects to take it inside and gets a foul in the process. So he'll be shooting a couple to be able to get his points.
The coach being down this big, the Redeemers, what are the bright spots you can take away from a game like this?
Can I say learning experience? Oh, but it is because, I mean, if I'm being honest, it does make you better in the sense na, syempre yung competition na to against the Sharpshooters, napakabigat. So you are going to learn from it. You are going to learn that you know, there are certain things that you need to do. There are certain things that you do not or should not do to, fall in this big of a hole sa mga games nyo.
The up and under from Hernale. Behind the back from Pulan. The big man showing some mobility. Lobs it up. Buenaventura can't get the finish, but Pulan is pushed from behind.
Aribal getting called for that pushing foul off of that rebound. Na-posisyonan siya doon ni Pulan.
As Jeff Pulan heading to the line for 2 free throws. His team is up big, 63-27.
We are almost at half, no? As you see Erwin Duran and Sweet Lou Abad at the bench. Nag-uusapan siguro nila, saan tayo kakain pagkatapos? Saan kaya tayo magdi-dinner?
Yan talaga yung the best, no? After a game like this. Buenaventura all alone. Rebounded. For the Redeemers. We'd like to give a shout out to Sir Ken Pangilinan and Coach Mark Dandan. Watching right now.
Giving some tips para sa coverage na to. And also one of our colleagues also watching, si Charles Beitiong.
Ayun, no? Si Charles Beitiong. One of our favorite colleagues.
Siyempre naman. Siyempre, pagka na-mention natin si Charles Beitiong, kasama na rin siyempre isa sa mga favorite natin na courtside reporter. No? At partner ko
That's
coverage yesterday, si Daphne Cristobal.
Ayun, no? So shout out po sa inyo from Coach Anton and I. Meanwhile, Lilio getting that teardrop to get in.
And that is their first 2 points sa ating fourth quarter at the 5-minute mark. Eksaktong-eksakto.
Raven tees it up. Can't get it. Buenaventura, another crack at it for the Sharpshooters. Almost a steal. They fight for it on the ground and just 3 players on the floor right now.
Possession arrow will go, or possession arrow is pointing sa side ng Sharpshooters.
The lakas move of the quarter brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. Lilio with the finish.
Nice push shot. Saktong-sakto talaga. 4 minutes 49 when I saw it. I was like, wow. After 5 minutes, finally getting their first 2 points sa fourth quarter.
As Lilio just forcing the issue and getting 2 in a row.
4 straight buckets for Lilio.
Nunez kick, Buenaventura. Tacuban, right guy, but can't get the shot.
No right corner 3 para dito kay Raven Tacuban.
As the PPA Redeemers want to talk it over as their team is down 32 big points in this fourth quarter. Like to thank Hotel 101 Global. Maraming salamat po sa Hotel 101 Global, one of our main sponsors here at Sinag Liga Asya in the DOJ Interagency Cup 2025. As we're down to our last 4 minutes here in our ball game, the Sharpshooters are up 63 against the Redeemers, 31 points, still struggling in our fourth period.
That's a blocking foul. That's going to be called on number 21, Gutisan. Medyo late yung pagdating niya doon. Masakit doon eh. Nasa penalty na itong NBI. So every foul from here on end will mean free throws. Pero na lang kung offensive foul.
on the line, shooting 2 free throws. This is Xerxes Balagot. Here they come. Buenaventura takes it down. Hands it off. Nunez. Tacuban's open in that corner. He can take that shot if he wants to.
Medyo gun shy. He went over 2 after hitting that three-pointer from the right corner.
And they get a turnover on that possession. Still 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in our final ball game of the day. Lilio gets the pick from Ibanez. Give it back to Ibanez. Balagot, 3-point try. No good. And that ball going the way of the sharpshooters.
So coming up empty on that possession, ang PPA Redeemers. Still down by a huge margin.
Tacuban doesn't take it. Instead, it's Buenaventura.
That's going to go to the side of the Redeemers as it hits the shot clock.
And this NBI sharpshooter squad about to get over that hump finally. At 3-2 in this tournament. Getting over 500. Meanwhile, the Redeemers still at 0-3. Gonna be a tough one for Coach Freddy Aquino and his boys, suffering yet another loss in our tournament.
So that's a foul on Nunez. That's going to have Lilio goes sa ating 15-foot line. Good on the first.
But it's gonna be nice to see Coach Anton, this NBI sharpshooter squad. Once Paul Reguera is at full health, you're gonna be having Erwin Duran, Paul Reguera, si Curie, diba? Those big men underneath, like, oh, but then bodies on the floor. Concepcion on the ground right now with Gotisan.
It's going to be a holding foul on Gotisan.
But yeah, just like what I was saying, Coach Antonio, we didn't even mention itong si Philip Butel, one of the big men.
Oh, I was going to add, difficult to contend with.
It's going to be a front line.
Front line for the ages.
Yeah. And a good problem for Coach Raymond Valenzuela to see what lineups to use and what combinations to go with during the game. But oh, they try for that second serving. Still no good. And it's going back the way of the sharpshooters.
See, 2 tries on the offensive rebound to Ibanez.
Nunez hounded by Lilio. Double teamed. Kick it. Pulan driving in. Whoa, with the finish. Still no good. Buenaventura gets another one. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nunez. Gotisan tries for the hook shot.
Crashing the boards into sharpshooters. Gotisan finally getting a foul. Still not stopping etong NBI sharpshooters. At sinabi nga naman yan ni Coach Raymond Valenzuela na wag magpapakakampante, tuloy-tuloy lang, no? Play hard, continue playing hard. And yun nga naman ang ipinapamalas nitong players ng NBI sharpshooters.
But Gotisan can't get that one. Concepcion, the big boy, snatching that board. Lilio hounded by 2.
Daming reach-in, daming sundutan. Trying to get that ball.
As Lilio on the line, you love to see the way Lilio just navigates his way through the defense, being able to slither and split those double teams.
Good on both free throws is Lilio.
Down the court, Buenaventura. Turnover for the sharpshooters.
So what Lilio tried to do, Buenaventura tried to emulate. Nga lang, sails out of bounds.
Ibanez can't get the finish. Tough break. Here they come. Tacuban, lob it up. Gotisan with the bump, can't finish. And another reach and foul. This time it's on Tacuban.
I'm at a loss for words why you have to reach in. I mean, it's 63-36. Yeah, just put your hands up. You know, let the play materialize and develop, and just stay in front of the player.
No, but
just to bother, diba?
Sabater with the jump on that free throw. Not something you normally see, Coach Anton.
Not that's something you see every day, pero hindi bawal yan. Pwede naman tumalon. Pwede naman yung jump shot sa free throw.
Actually, ngayon ko lang nalaman yun na kala ko pinapayagan lang yun usually in the lower, yung mga high school or grade school levels.
As long as bago tumama yung bola sa ring, ano ka na, pwede naman siya.
As Buenaventura splits the D. Ibanez forward. Lilio finish. Oh! Another missed open layup from the Redeemers.
Nice outlet pass by Ibanez. Just was not able to convert etong si Lilio.
And they still try for it, the sharpshooters. They've got 10 seconds left. Take a look at the black shirts just going for that defense. But another one, Ibanez. It's just not his day. And at the end of our ball game, the final buzzer has sounded the score. 63-37. The NBI Sharpshooters getting it, their first back-to-back victory in our DOJ Interagency Cup 2025. Meanwhile, the PPA Redeemers staying in that losing column. It was a tough loss for the Redeemers, but a big confidence boost for the Sharpshooters, Coach Anton.
Again, going back-to-back, 2-game winning streak para dito sa NBI Sharpshooters. Something to celebrate for their team.
As we give it over to Miss Daphne Lozano for the interview with the best player of the game. Go ahead, Daphne.
Good evening, mga kasinag. I am now beside our SLA DOJ Hotel 101 Global Best Player of the Game, Jamil Curry, with 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks. Congratulations po, sir. At kayo na naman po ang kasama ko ngayon for interview. Pero yun, sir, napansin ko po during the duration of the ball game ay mostly second stringers po talaga ang nag-step up dito sa ball game na to. So what was your mindset coming to this game? Lalo na, yun nga po, surprising po ang playing time nyo tonight.
Actually, nakinig lang kami sa coach namin na any time, any minute, hugutin kami from the bench and we play our game. Kung ano yung laro namin, yun lang yung gagawin namin at our best. Yun lang.
Yan, sir, what is next for the NBI Sharpshooters?
I guess we need to practice more para maging cohesive yung team. More teamwork, more passing, and I guess from there siguro lalabas yung totoong laro namin para mapakita pa namin ano yung makakaya ng NBA Sharpshooters. Thank you.
Yan, sir. Meron din po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan, lalo na sa mga sumusuporta po sa team nyo?
Una, nagpapasalamat ako sa organization ng NBI, sa partner ko, sa team, more especially sa teammates ko, and especially sa Batch 52. Love you all. Mantente duro. Let's go.
Congratulations po once again, sir. And I'm turning it over to Aaron and Coach Anton for their final analysis for this ball game.
And thanks for that, Daphne. That was the best player of the game, the Hotel 101 best player of the game. Itong si Jamil Curry coming up big in that performance. So congrats to him and the entire NBI Sharpshooter squad. Once again, myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Anton de los Reyes and Coach Anton. PPA Redeemers stay in the losing column. Meanwhile, the NBI Sharpshooters finally back-to-back wins.
So, 2-game winning streak para dito sa NBI. To end our game, ang PPA naman still looking to barge into that win column. No doubt, I feel, no, konti na lang itong PPA. pitas na ng unang panalo nila sa ating liga.
Yep, the PPA Redeemers really looking for a victory as they go down 0-3 in our tournament. It's going to be a tough one for them. But nonetheless, they're going to be trying to fight. And they're going to continue to fight under Coach Freddy Aquino and his boys. So really, once again, maraming salamat Coach Anton for joining me tonight as we take a look at some of the highlights dito, no? NBI really coming out with that victory, and we take a look at social media for our schedule, no? Diyan nyo po makikita yung schedule natin for the next days. And on behalf of Coach Anton De Los Reyes, Miss Daphne Lozano, Direct Nomar Santiago, Direct Mike Danan, Direct Billy De Leon, Direct Boyant Roa, and the countless others who supported Sinag Liga Asya behind the scenes. Maraming salamat po. The name is Aaron D. Deeply honored to have guided you through today's action, and we hope you keep the support strong for Sinag Liga Asya.